Happy New Year again. Happy New Year number 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy Monday. How are you all doing this morning? I hope you're doing well. Hope the wind isn't too bad. Let me know if it is, and give me a hashtag replay if you're watching in a replay. That's quite a biting wind coming through there. Yes, happy birthday. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to the third day of the new year. Where are we now? Fourth day of the new year. Oh, crikey. Yeah, this time last year, it's a celebration actually. This time last year I met Jill and Josh Stanton for the first time, and they set me on a path which is kind of where I've led to right now, which is fantastic. And I met a whole bunch of amazing people, which if you were watching my Instagram stories yesterday, check them out now. There's a whole bunch of list of people who have helped me through this year in a positive way and all sorts of stuff like that. So, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. I'm going to put my hood up as well because that's actually quite a biting cold wind, although I have cut my hair and shaved, so over the weekend. Oh, that's a bit better. Which leads me on to, though, weirdly enough, a comment I got from a friend of mine called Gina. Oh no, happy birthdays first, sorry. I was supposed to be getting the birthdays in before the first 2 minutes, and there's Paul Webb. Happy birthday, Paul Webb. Oh no, it was yesterday your birthday, wasn't it? Happy birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Tamsin Putman, who is raising money for Mind. So click on her name, Tamsin, in the description and go and donate to Mind and help her out. She's £150 or something she wants to get. Hey Adele, how's your foot? Hope you're doing well. And Rachel Ross Smith, the beautiful, sexy, I say sexy, what I meant to say was, well, she is sexy, but what I meant to say was beautiful Rachel Ross Smith with the sexy Scottish accent. That's what I was going to say. But there you go. Happy New Year, Adele. And Jacey Marsh, I'm not sure where I know you, Jacey, from. Get the impression you're in Philippines or somewhere. Not sure about that exactly, but happy birthday anyway. And then people from yesterday. Weirdly enough, I've got Matt Jackstis in here again. It seems like the second time I've wished you a happy birthday, so I'm not sure what's happened there, but happy birthday anyway, for whenever it was, whether it was yesterday or the day before, sometime in the first couple of days of January anyway. Happy birthday to Elliot Reeves. Can't remember where I know you from. And Sarah Mercer. Absolutely no idea. Know you through Duncan though, apparently, so that's where I know you from. And Roy Smooth, I think I met you at an event in London. I hope you're doing well. You were doing some really interesting stuff anyway. Yes, maybe Simon. Happy birthday to you as well for a couple of days ago as well, so I get to say it in person now. It's fantastic. Okay, well, I usually try and do that within the first 2 minutes of my calls from now on. That's what the plan is. But now, celebrating. New year, new you. Yeah, well, we all say that, don't we? And I always say every day is your birthday, so every day is a chance to reinvent yourself and start again. But obviously most people tend to sort of say, oh, new year, new me, and all that kind of stuff, and you see it all over the Facebook and all that kind of stuff. But the question is, new you compared to what? Are you new you compared to who you were yesterday? Because realistically, all you can do is today be the better person than you were yesterday. And always try and be the better person of you going forward, and not trying to compare yourself too much to other people in your life. However, because of course, well, first of all, we become the average of the 5 people we spend the most amount of time with, or we focus on the most amount of time anyway, which is why when you can do online stuff, you can watch YouTube videos of people with positivity and lift you up and so forth, so you might not spend time with them physically in time, but mentally you're spending time with them. That's kind of more to the point. And you could be physically at home with people who you don't get on with, who don't help you, but you mentally don't spend much time with them because you can kind of cut them out of life. Like I live with my parents at the moment, love them to bits, but they're not the most positive people in the world. They come from a background, they come from a generation of difference, and they don't really understand my world and what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. So I have to take it with a pinch of salt and try and ignore their confusion about the online world. Happy birthday, Sarah, and happy new year to you too. Nice to see you in person. So who are you comparing yourself with? Oh yeah, so there's 3 links in my links to Evan Carmicheal videos. The first one is top 10 from Shetty, which is just good tips anyway, so I'm not going to talk about that too much. The second one is his Ent-spresso thing, where he talks about, it's Ed Mylet, and he's talking about comparing yourself to people, and Ed's saying don't compare yourself to people, and Evan's kind of saying, well, do, but use it in a positive way. And I think that's kind of the right way of doing it, actually, is looking at it in a positive way. He talks about the 4-minute mile, Ed Roger Bannister running the 4-minute mile for the first time, and then when other people saw him do it, they went, oh, so we can do that too. So that's kind of where that comes from, is that you can compare yourself to other people, but don't put them on a pedestal and think I'm never going to get there, or they've achieved so much before. You can use it as a target for yourself and say, well, I can maybe get to there. It's a little bit like me and Jill and Josh Stanton. So I saw them back in January and I thought, oh my God, they're amazing. And I got to know them a little bit better, and they are amazing. But they weren't quite as far ahead as I thought. Well, that's going to sound a bit harsh, that, but what I mean was it was realistic for me to achieve what they're achieving. That's what I was trying to say. It wasn't like, oh my God, it's like Tony Robbins, for example, and getting 30,000 people to turn up to a Zoom call that he did in the middle of the year. Cost him millions of pounds to put on this whole system, and I thought, well, blimey, that's just way out of my league. But then you start thinking about it. Exactly, Simon, former athlete, perfect response. He said, former athletes, those who are better than me were always a target to aim for and surpass. Exactly, yes, exactly. So Tony Robbins, but what I did realise when I was watching Tony Robbins is that some of the things that he was saying, the way he was saying them, I was thinking, oh, well, I could do that probably better. I could probably perform that better. And if I could do it with a smaller audience, then maybe I can actually give more value to those people. So maybe if I just got 100 people onto a Zoom call and charged them all £100, and you think to yourself, well, actually, that's £10,000 I could make in one weekend, helping people to live better lives. Why wouldn't I want to do that? That seems like a crazy thing to do. So I'm going to be doing that this year. I'm going to be doing a sort of mini UPW online style thing, just with maybe 100 people, up to 100 people probably, over Zoom, transforming people's lives over a weekend for £100. What do you think? Who wants who wants a bit of that action? Because why not, right? You get 3 days of me like this. It won't just be me, by the way. I'm going to bring in a few other people as well, a few other experts. There won't be any upsellings and so forth. Well, not massively upselling. Well, there won't be any direct upselling, let's put it that way. You will be obviously allowed to connect with them and upgrade and connect with them and work with them if you want to, and stuff like that. Anyway, back to the topic. One of the things that they also said, I was also linked in the John Maxwell Top 50. Again, I haven't listened to all of it yet. It's like an hour of content, but it's good stuff, so I left it in there as well. The book of the day is about Mindsight. It's understanding your mind and how that works in your body. That's really worth listening to as well. Link in the description. And so the other thing I was going to talk about was, well, actually, one more thing. Celebrating one day and not... Okay, let's start again. I've gone off track here. I wanted to talk about the Gina Moffat thing. So Gina said to me yesterday, why don't you wear a thicker coat when you go outside and you get all cold? And I said, well, it's because I don't really know how cold I'm going to be by the time I get here, by the time I'm talking to you guys. And plus I take my fingers off my things so I can do things on the phone and all this kind of stuff. I take the hat off. And of course that allows things to get cold as I'm going through. So it's all it's fine, don't worry about it. That's a child playing on the equipment. It's absolutely fine. I'm going to move away, in fact. There we go. That's probably the thing. It's all good, don't worry about it. Child playing on the play equipment that I'm normally stand on, so... what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so sometimes it gets cold in the wind and so forth. I don't know how it works. But what I do is I take responsibility. I just say, I'm going to accept the fact that I'm going to be cold while I'm doing these lives because I'm running here, like I run a mile to get here, then a mile home or so, or thereabouts. And I know I'm going to get hot in both those places, and I don't get all hot and sweaty, so I don't want to have to carry a coat or anything. So I just accept the fact that I'm going to be cold while I'm here because I'm going to be hot in between. So that's accepting ownership, responsibility, and accountability. Accountability doesn't really fit with this, but I've talked about this before. This is above the line thinking and below the line thinking. Above the line thinking is accountability, responsibility, and ownership. So OAR, accountability. Ownership, accountability, responsibility. There you go. And below line thinking is bed. So it's like you're stuck in bed, and it's blame, excuse, and denial. So that's when you kind of say, I'm just going to blame other people and look at other people and use them as an excuse to not do the work. Or I'm going to take ownership and accountability and responsibility, and I'm going to do the work to improve my life and make things better. So that's what I was trying to get to at that point there. But thank you, Gina, for pointing that out. It gave me a good teaching point this morning. One other thing that I wanted to talk about as well, which I think was, it might have been Shetty that said this. He said, celebrate for one day and cry for one day. If you've had a bad day, cry for one day. If you had a good day, celebrate for one day. But what we all tend to do is, when we've had a bad day, we'll cry for a month. Or we'll focus on that bad thing for absolutely ages, and it's terrible. But if we have a good thing, we just move on straight away. Go, great, fantastic, I did that, move on. No, let's do it. Let's flip it around a little bit. Let's celebrate a bit more and ignore the bad stuff a little bit more as well. So that's kind of the tip that I was trying to get to there. So hopefully that was helpful. That's my 10 minutes up. Hope I covered all my points. I can't remember if I actually did or not. But it was kind of fun. Go check out those other links, those are good. And remember to go and click on Tamsin's profile and go and donate to Mind for people helping people out with mental health issues. That would be fantastic. Take care, everybody. Happy New Year, happy birthday to those people whose birthdays it is. I'm just going to put my phone down here like I normally do. Send you all lots of love. Mwah. Have an amazing Monday. Bye.